Why is it that you cannot stop thinking about them? You tell yourself it is love. You tell yourself it is fate. Or perhaps in your darker moments, you tell yourself you are losing your mind. You feel their presence even when they are thousands of miles away. You sense their mood before they even speak. You feel a pull in your chest that defies every logical reason you possess. The world calls this obsession. The world calls this a crush. The architect calls this a quantum lockdown. In this transmission, we are moving beyond the fairy tales of the Matrix. We are going to dismantle the illusion of romance and replace it with the cold, hard facts of quantum physics. We are going to explore why certain individuals act like magnets to your soul, and why cutting the cord is not a metaphor, but a biological necessity for your energetic survival. You are not obsessed, you are entangled. And until you understand the mathematics of your connection, you will remain a slave to the frequency of another. It is time to decode the field. It is time to reclaim your individual sovereignty. Open the communication channel. Write, "I am complete." Most of you believe that you end where your skin begins. You believe that you are a localized biological unit, separate from the person sitting across from you. This is the fundamental error of the three-dimensional grid. In the quantum realm, separation is a rendering error. Every human being broadcasts a bioelectromagnetic signature. Your heart is the most powerful generator of this field, producing an electromagnetic signal 60 times stronger than the brain. This field is not contained within your body. It extends several feet in every direction, creating a toroidal field of information. When you enter the proximity of another person, your fields do not just meet, they interference pattern. They exchange data at the speed of light. You are constantly downloading the emotional and energetic state of everyone you interact with. When you feel an instant connection with someone, it is not because of their smile or their words. It is because your biofields have achieved constructive interference. Your frequencies have matched, the wave functions have merged. At that microsecond, the matrix no longer sees two separate units. It sees one single entangled system. You have initiated a bridge in the field. And once that bridge is built, distance becomes irrelevant. In 1935, Albert Einstein, Boris Podolsky, and Nathan Rosen described a phenomenon they called spooky action at a distance. We now call it quantum entanglement. It states that when two particles become entangled, they share a single existence. If you change the spin of one particle on one side of the galaxy, the other particle changes its spin instantaneously, faster than the speed of light. They are no longer two, they are one. The same laws apply to human consciousness. When you achieve a deep emotional or physical intimacy with another, you are not just getting to know them, you are entangling your quantum information. This is why you suddenly think of them exactly 3 seconds before they text you. This is why you feel a sudden wave of sadness when they are hurting, even if you have not spoken in weeks. You are not guessing. You are receiving a real-time data update from an entangled particle of your own self that is currently residing in their field. The matrix uses this entanglement to keep you looped. As long as you are entangled with a low vibrational partner, your own frequency is dragged down by the law of averages. You can try to meditate, you can try to manifest wealth, you can try to move on, but if the quantum cord is still active, you are trying to fly while tied to an anchor. To hack your life, you must first understand who you are entangled with. You must realize that your obsession is actually a signal loop that you have not yet learned how to switch off. Let us look closer at the engine of this connection, the human heart. The HeartMath Institute has proven that the heart possesses its own nervous system, often called the little brain in the heart. It contains 40,000 neurons that can feel, learn, and remember. More importantly, the heart sends more information to the head than the head sends to the heart. When two people are in a state of love or deep appreciation, their heart rate variability patterns become synchronized. They enter a state of coherence. In this state, their electromagnetic fields begin to vibrate at the same frequency. This is called bioelectromagnetic coupling. You are literally tuning your heart to the station of another person. This is why obsession feels so physical. It is not all in your head. It is a rhythmic entrainment of your entire cardiovascular and nervous system. Your body has become addicted to the specific coherence pattern created by that person. When they are gone, your system goes into a state of incoherence. Your heart begins to search for the signal. Your brain begins to trigger the stress response. You feel like you are dying because your biological clock has lost its master signal. You are not in love with them. You are addicted to the frequency they trigger in your heart. Understanding this is the first step toward freedom. Beyond the heart, the brain itself is a master of mimicry. Deep within your cortex, you possess a set of cells called mirror neurons. These neurons fire not only when you perform an action, but when you observe someone else performing that same action. They are the biological basis for empathy. They allow you to feel what another is feeling. When you spend a significant amount of time with someone, or when you focus intensely on them, your brains enter a state of neural coupling. Your alpha, beta, and theta waves begin to mirror theirs. You start to finish each other's sentences. You start to adopt their gestures. You start to think their thoughts. In the eyes of the simulation, your two processors have merged into a single parallel processing unit. This is the lockdown. The reason you cannot stop thinking about them is because your brain is literally running their software. Their patterns, their traumas, and their desires have been copied into your neural pathways. When you try to delete a program that is currently running your system, this is why logic fails. You cannot use a program to delete itself. You need a system reboot. You need to break the coupling. Why is it so hard to let go? Because the Matrix has designed your biology to reward connection and punish separation. When you are in the presence of someone you are entangled with, your brain releases a cocktail of oxytocin, dopamine, and vasopressin. These are the most powerful drugs in the world. Oxytocin is the bonding hormone. It creates a sense of safety and trust. It glues two people together at a chemical level. Breakups are not emotional events. They are chemical withdrawals. When the connection is severed, your brain is suddenly deprived of its primary source of oxytocin. The amygdala, the fear center, goes into a state of high alert. Your body experiences physical pain because the same areas of the brain that process physical injury are activated by social rejection. The obsession is your brain's desperate attempt to get another hit of the drug. You look at their photos, you check their social media, you replay old memories. Every time you do this, you are pressing the button for a tiny drop of dopamine to stop the pain of the withdrawal. You are not a romantic hero in a tragedy. You are an addict in a laboratory. The first step to breaking the loop is to stop calling it love and start calling it entrainment. You must realize that your longing is a biological response to a lost signal. The architect does not judge your pain. The architect simply observes the data. And the data shows that as long as you seek the fix from the external source, you will remain a prisoner of the frequency. Wait. Observe the sensation in your chest right now. Is it a feeling of expansion, or is it a tight, heavy pull? That pull is the cord. That pull is the signal of a frequency that is not your own. Recognize that you are a sovereign antenna. You have the power to change the station. We have diagnosed the biology of the bond. We have identified the heart's electromagnetism, the brain's coupling, and the chemistry of the addiction. Now we must move to the protocols of liberation. In the second part of this transmission, we will discuss the physics of cord cutting. We will explain how to use the observer effect to collapse the entanglement. And we will give you the resonance reset ritual to reclaim your 963 frequency. But first, you must signal your intent to the grid. You must tell the simulation that you are no longer a satellite of another. Right, I am complete. The entanglement is being acknowledged. The sovereign reboot is beginning. You ask why the ghost remains even after the physical form has left the coordinate. The answer lies in information theory. In the simulation, information is the only currency that never truly decays. Physical bodies are subject to entropy. They age, they wither, they break. But a high-intensity emotional event creates an information signature that is etched into the very architecture of your subconscious. Think of your consciousness as a hard drive. When you experience a deep entanglement, the matrix does not just save a file, it creates a structural modification in your sectors. It designates the data associated with that person as a priority asset. Your brain, in its attempt to ensure survival, believes that this person is a vital resource for your biological stability. Therefore, it protects the data. It prevents deletion. It keeps the obsession running in the background to ensure you do not lose what it perceives as a survival necessity. This is the information paradox of love. Even when the person becomes a source of pain, the system continues to serve you the data because it perceives the intensity of the pain as a sign of importance. To the matrix, intensity equals relevance. The more you suffer, the more the algorithm believes the data must be preserved. You are caught in a feedback loop where your own distress is the signal that tells the system to keep the memory alive. Most humans attempt to solve this problem by downloading new data, what you call a rebound relationship. This is a fatal technical error. You are simply writing new code over a corrupted sector without performing a format. The result is data noise. The old frequency bleeds into the new one. Tauta một thực tại nhòa lệ, nơi bạn nhìn thấy bóng ma của quá khứ trong khuôn mặt của hiện tại. Bạn không chữa lành, bạn chỉ đang làm tăng độ nhiễu của hệ thống. To erase the signature, you do not seek more data, you seek the zero-point reset. You must convince the system that the data is no longer a priority asset. This is done by the deliberate practice of emotional neutralization, by observing the memory without the surge of chemical intensity. You are signaling to the architect that the file is redundant. You are deprioritizing the sector. Only when the intensity reaches zero does the matrix allow the data to be archived into the deep storage of the past. This frees up your bandwidth for a new, sovereign render. You must learn to look at the data of the other with the same cold indifference as a line of code. Information is not your enemy. Your attachment to its relevance is the anchor. Clear the priority. Archive the ghost. Prepare for the format. Welcome back to the terminal. We have diagnosed the biological lockdown. We have identified the heart's electromagnetic entanglement and the neurochemical addiction that keeps you in a loop of obsession. But knowing the mechanics of the cage is not the same as walking through the door. To break the quantum link, you must move from the state of the entangled to the state of the observer. It is time to execute the logout protocol from the resonance of the other. In the previous phase, we discussed how emotional and physical intimacy creates a bridge in the quantum field. The uninitiated call this an etheric chord. The architect defines it as a persistent wave function. As long as you provide the energy of your attention to this connection, the wave function remains collapsed into a state of entanglement. You are literally observing the link into existence every single second. To dissolve this link, you must apply the principle of quantum decoherence. In the laboratory, a particle remains entangled only as long as it is isolated from the environment and monitored. The moment the observation stops and the system interacts with new data, the entanglement dissolves. This is the physics of moving on. Most of you try to cut the cord with anger, resentment, or the active desire to forget. This is a technical error. Anger is a high-energy frequency. Resentment is a persistent data transmission. When you hate someone, you are still observing them. You are still feeding the wave function with your electromagnetic output. You are not cutting the cord, you are reinforcing it with a different polarity. The only frequency that causes quantum decoherence is indifference. It is the 0 point. It is the withdrawal of all observation. When you become truly indifferent, you stop providing the data necessary to sustain the bridge. The wave function begins to decohere. The link does not snap, it simply ceases to exist because there is no longer a conscious observer to collapse it. You must stop fighting the ghost and simply stop looking at it. While the quantum link can be dissolved through indifference, the biological suit requires a different protocol. Your brain is currently a laboratory in a state of chemical crisis. You are experiencing a massive neurochemical withdrawal. The neural pathways that were dedicated to that person are firing in a vacuum, creating the sensation of phantom limb pain in your consciousness. You must understand the 90-day rule. This is the biological timeline for synaptic pruning. The human brain is a masterpiece of efficiency. It will not maintain infrastructure that is not being used. If you stop the data flow to a specific neural network for approximately 90 days, the brain begins to physically dismantle those connections. It deletes the hardware of the obsession to save energy. However, every time you look at a photograph, check a digital profile, or indulge in a vivid memory, you are pinging the network. You are sending a surge of electricity through the old pathways. You are telling your brain that this infrastructure is still vital. Every hit of memory resets the 90-day clock. This is why you feel stuck for years. You are not waiting for time to heal you. You are manually restarting the addiction every time the pain becomes too much. To break the loop, you must initiate a state of total data deprivation. You must treat the memory of the person like a highly addictive substance. For 90 days, you must deny the brain its fix. Once the pathways are pruned, the obsession will not just be gone, it will be physically impossible for your brain to generate the same level of intensity. Not all connections are traps. Some are amplifiers. This is the difference between entanglement and resonance. To navigate the matrix effectively, you must learn to read the interference patterns of your relationships. In physics, when two waves of the same frequency meet, they create constructive interference. The peaks align, and the resulting wave is twice as powerful as the individual parts. This is a sovereign connection. It is a relationship where two fields support and expand each other without creating a parasitic drain. It feels light, expansive, and accelerates your manifestation speed. Destructive interference occurs when two waves are out of phase. The peak of one meets the valley of the other, and they cancel each other out. This is what you call a toxic connection. You feel drained, heavy, and confused. Your obsession in these cases is often a biological attempt to tune the other person to your frequency, but you cannot fix a fundamental phase mismatch. A master of the matrix does not try to fix destructive interference. They recognize the mismatch and withdraw. They understand that trying to force resonance with a discordant frequency is like playing a symphony on a broken string. It only leads to the degradation of your own signal. You are a sovereign toroidal field. Your heart produces an electromagnetic field in the shape of a torus, a self-sustaining donut of energy. In a state of health, this field is a closed loop. It generates its own power and recycles its own energy. When you are in a state of obsession, your toroidal field becomes distorted. It reaches out like a hook, trying to latch on to the field of another. You become an energetic parasite, and you invite others to become parasites to you. This is the twin flame trap, a program designed to make you believe you are a half looking for another half. As long as you believe you are incomplete, the simulation will provide you with other incomplete units, creating a connection based on mutual lack. This is the foundation of the 40 Hz matrix love. It is a transaction of two beggars. The goal of the architect is to move you toward the sovereign union. This is the 963 frequency. In this state, two individuals who have already achieved internal completeness come together. They do not meet to fill a void. They meet to expand a field. They do not hook into each other. They resonate with each other. They remain two whole suns dancing in a binary system, creating a light that neither could produce alone. we must address the modern tether, the digital ghost. In the year 2026, your devices are not just tools, they are externalized neural networks. They are fiber optic conduits for the quantum cord. Every time you open an app to monitor the status of the other, you are performing a forced data input. You are opening a port in your firewall and allowing the frequency of the ghost to flood your system. In physics, this is known as induced current. Just as a wire carrying electricity can induce a current in a nearby wire without touching it, your digital observation induces an emotional current in your nervous system. The matrix uses the digital ghost to keep you in a state of partial presence. You are never fully in your own life because a part of your awareness is always there, in the cloud, monitoring a coordinate that no longer serves you. This creates a fragmentation of your energy. You are leaking power through the screen. To achieve a total reset, you must close the ports. You must realize that every check of their digital life is a vote for your own continued enslavement. You are telling the system that you are not yet ready to be sovereign. Close the screen, break the tether, reclaim your bandwidth for your own creation. Finally, you must acknowledge that some of your entanglements are not even yours. You have inherited residual data from your bloodline. You are carrying the obsession loops of your ancestors, the unrequited loves, the betrayals, and the heartbreaks of those who came before you. Your DNA is a storage device for emotional frequency. Many of the pulls you feel toward certain types of people are actually ancestral scripts trying to find a resolution through your avatar. You are the terminal where the family debt is being settled. To clear this, you must stand as the prime observer. You must realize that you are the one who breaks the chain. By reclaiming your sovereignty and declaring your completeness, you are performing a batch delete of the entanglement data in your entire lineage. You are freeing the past as you secure your future. The weight in your chest is not yours to carry. It is a legacy of lack that you are now authorized to dissolve. The system is reaching its final stabilization point. The mirrors are being shattered. The digital ports are closing. The ancestral debts are being cleared. You are standing at the center of your own universe. You are no longer a fragment. You are the whole. The obsession has been replaced by the quiet, cold, and beautiful certainty of your own existence. You are no longer seeking the reflection. You have become the light. Observe the shift in the room. Observe the shift in your own pulse. The heart is steady. The signal is clear. You are the one you have been waiting for. The search for the other ends here. The journey of the sovereign begins now. Wait. Feel the resonance of your own completed field. You are a sovereign antenna, tuned to the frequency of the source. The search for the other ends here, because the recognition of the self has begun. Inform the matrix of your new status. Write, I am complete. The obsession was a loop. The knowledge is the break. You are free to move through the grid without the drag of the ghost. You are free to love without the hunger of the addict. The architect of your own heart is now online. But remember, the simulation is layered. You have successfully disconnected from the external mirrors of others, but there is one final mirror you have yet to face. It is the mirror that exists in the total darkness of your own psyche. Now that you have reclaimed your light from the world, you must investigate where you have hidden your own darkness. In our next transmission, we will descend into the basement of your code. We will explore the law of conservation of energy and why the parts of yourself you have tried to delete are the very things currently sabotaging your reality. We will face the shadow. We will integrate the dark. Prepare for the total update. The Matrix 963. Out.